email address. I'll send you the slides and everything. We can talk if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, to me that's the thing, is it's like a lot of people will teach you how to write better prose, and a lot of people will teach you how to write deeper characters and stuff, but finding somebody who will teach you how to plot, and that's to me, and I'm sure you're all aware because you're romance adjacent, that the Romance Writers of America over the last couple months has just imploded, and deservedly so, because there was a lot of very bad behavior going on. But the one thing that that organization did that you don't see in any other writing genre is they had local chapters who offered classes that taught people the nuts and bolts of how to do this work. And some people seem to just naturally know how to do that. I was not one of those people. But what you need to do is you need to find a group and a class. And there are tons of classes, fortunately. You just need to kind of figure out how to hook up with them. Other suggestions?
Okay, we'll cover the editing too, how to find that. I am also a plotter. We're in the minority. I'm just going to tell you right now. Yes, April is a panster. Yes, it scares me. It makes me have hives to think about just sitting down and like doing something. So I love to plot. I made it partway into my first book before I was like, I don't know what's going on. So I read a lot of books. K.M. Weiland is an amazing teacher. She has some amazing books, and her book, Creating Character Arcs, was like a game changer for me. And it talks about how character arcs intertwine with your plot arcs and how they drive each other forward. It's an amazing book. All her books are amazing. There's also a book called Romancing the Beat, which is an amazing book specifically geared at writing and plotting romance.
Gwen Hayes.
Yes, Gwen Hayes. You can get it on Amazon. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. Plotting paranormal. I have written paranormal. I've written shifter romance. It's kind of a different beast, and it's yes, and Jeannie's course is probably going to be your best bet on that. Because it's kind of a lot to wrap your head around, because you don't just have a romantic arc, you don't just have a plot arc, you don't just have character arcs, you also have to build this believable world about weird stuff that doesn't really happen in real life. And it all has to work together and push each other forward, and it will make your brain explode. So, and it's hard, and you're probably not going to get it perfect right out of the gate, which is why, like you said, editing is an important thing. I worked with what we call a content editor when I first started, and they basically read the book and they talk about all those important arcs. Character arc, they talk about your plot, they talk about conflict, yes, all kinds of fantastic things. And you will learn a lot about yourself as a writer when you work with a content editor or a developmental editor, both kind of the same thing. You're gonna pay a lot of money to learn about yourself, a lot. And I wish there was a way around it, but there's no other way to get that valuable information. Beta readers can kind of tell you, I don't like this character, which is helpful, but you don't know why they didn't like them. A developmental editor will be like, this character's motivation was weak, and here's an idea for how you can fix that. Most developmental editors will offer to give you a free test run, but it's not going to be extremely helpful because they're only going to read the first 10 pages of your book, and how much are they going to know about that? So the best way to find a good developmental editor is probably going to be word of mouth. And in these writers groups like Marie Force's Author Support Network, your Level Up Romance Writers is another great book. Another great writers group. Indie Author Forum is great as well. You're gonna find great word of mouth recommendations for developmental editors. You need a romance editor, period, end of story. If they're like, oh, I usually do sci-fi, but I'm pretty sure I can do this romance thing, they are wrong. They're the wrongest they have ever been in their life. Okay, line edits, line edits and proofreads, same thing. You want to talk to other writers. Who do they use? You're gonna find some line editors who only line edit sweet romance. And if you drop your super steamy paranormal shifter romance on her lap, she is gonna have a coronary. So you wanna look for editors who come highly recommended, and writers are super nice and they wanna share the people who are good to them, and they're gonna give you recommendations all day long. So definitely go into writers groups.
I'm gonna jump in there. Next month,
Yes.
our topic is editing.
Working on it.
April Bennett, who is an excellent local editor, is going to do an hour and a half on all of this. What is a developmental edit? What is a line edit? How do you find an editor? How do you get an editor to do a sample edit for you? So come next month.
April is awesome. I'll give her a plug. I've worked with her before, and she's my friend. April Bennett will be here next month, and she's awesome and very knowledgeable.
More questions?
I have a question that I don't think anybody asked. At the beginning, when you were addressing, before you start writing the book, well, for one thing, if you didn't address that first and you wrote a book, don't beat yourself up. You learned something from writing that book. All writing teaches you something. So don't be too hard on yourself. But you also talked about focusing before you write, and you said know your niche and know the tropes. Can you give resources for tropes? You know, a list of tropes. I mean, you said one that I've never heard of. I don't remember what it was.
We listed a bunch.
I remember you said
there's
like
no list of tropes, but
hidden baby,
secret baby.
secret baby.
There's whole wikis on tropes.
Yeah.
Oh, there are wikis. Okay. You know,
Go to Wikipedia.
Not Wikipedia, they're just wikis.
Yes.
Off-brand wikis.
I'll talk to you later. I have no idea what that means.
I'll
What's
check
the
it.
list of romance tropes?
They're often not officially edited. They're more crowdsourced.
just think of all the themes that you read in a romance book. You know, best friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, the secret baby. That's always super popular. Second chance romance. I wrote one of those. Office romance. Age gap romance. I like that. My characters tend to have a big age gap. Marriage of convenience. Fake fiance. Fake husband. Forced proximity. That's wow.
Snowed in a cabin.
Yeah, you're snowed in a cabin.
Snowed in a
you know.
cabin with your best friend that you're secretly in love with.
There's also your brother's best friend too.
Yeah, brother's best friend, best friend's little sister. These are just themes. You can take them or leave them, but every romance falls into one of these themes. They just do.
Some of them fall into lots.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. Go on Amazon and you'll see like, you know, blah blah blah, a secret baby, best friends to love, enemies to lovers, paranormal, stepbrother, and they just list all the tropes in the subtitle, which Amazon does not like that, but.
Sometimes the title was either, I saw one the other day that was a cowboy's holiday secret baby.
A holiday romance, Christmas romance, cowboy romance. So a cowboy's holiday secret baby. I mean, there you go. 3 big popular
I've been a veteran.
themes.
But a
Oh,
reader sees that and they go,
military
I love
romance.
cowboy secret baby.
Military romance.
What could be better than a cowboy finding out he has a secret baby?